Why do people love games professional critics dismiss?
Hey, so how's the war going for you guys?
I can't wait to go back home and see my mom.
Our favorite gaming memories don't come from critics saying a game is good or bad, and it may not come from a game-changing revolutionary masterpiece like Grand Theft Auto, but from the moments we shared with friends, the type of laughs that make your stomach hurt, and the memories that we hold near and dear to our hearts. A game with horrible graphics, repetitive gameplay, and questionable artistic design can still be a favorite because of the experiences created around it. Some may even call it a guilty pleasure, something a critic score just can't explain. Shrek Super Party was released in 2002. The game was hated for its gameplay, its design, yet it remained a nostalgic title for a lot of people. The fandom for games like Shrek Super Party challenges the belief that a game must be critically praised to be considered a good game. But why? Why do people continue to love games that critics consider bad? Out of the many critically bad games, we're going to be diving into Shrek Super Party. By examining nostalgia, social connection, and a little bit of my own personal experience in gaming, I say that Shrek Super Party's value comes from the experience it creates in the present, not the past. When Shrek the movie came out in 2001, it made a whopping $3.97 billion. Today, that's $7.49 billion. That's just for the movie alone. So it only made sense for the Shrek IP to come out with its own game, which led to them releasing Shrek Super Party, which came out only a year later in 2002, during the gap between the first two Shrek movies. On paper, this was a no-brainer. But in reality, they were going up against super successful party games like Mario Party. And if you know anything about Mario Party, you know they were a major player in the party game genre. Fast forward to the release of Shrek Super Party, critics were not impressed. I mean, the game received criticism for its gameplay and design, repetitive gameplay, technical limitations, and, the overall quality of the game. Here's a look at some of the reviews Metacritic gave for Shrek. Boring minigames, dumb luck, overskill. Tears of joy rolled down my cheeks at the exact moment I ejected this game from my Xbox. I then proceeded to toss it on the floor and violently smash it with a sledgehammer into 1,000 little pieces. Do not pass go, head directly to jail. It's bad, boring, and also bad. You really had to say bad twice? Look, bad reviews explain why critics think a game is bad, but they don't explain why we still love to play them. Critics usually judge based on things like graphics, gameplay mechanics, performance, innovation, and games with low scores are usually viewed as failures. The gaming industry has always been like this. From the games we play today, to old retro games in the arcade, to the first generation consoles we were finally able to bring home with us, games have always been judged on how well they perform. Now, if we look at Santo's What's in a Review, this is going to help explain that professional reviews represent a critic's perspective. Two people can play the same game and have completely different opinions. Their review can never measure the personal experience we'll have while playing it. It can never measure a shared experience. Multiplayer games live for shared experiences. When people play games together, enjoyment comes from the competition against each other, interacting with each other, figuring it out together. That's a shared experience. If you play a multiplayer game alone, that all ceases to exist. It's like playing Call of Duty Zombies by yourself. You can do it, but you're gonna miss out on all those moments. Bowman's When the Ball Stops, the Fun Stops Too, their research explains how social gamers scientifically value playing games with friends. Now, the person sitting next to you is what makes the experience whole. Molinex's Gaming Social Capital explains how gamers find a sense of belonging in a community. It leads to even better relationships with those people outside of the digital world. This is where Shrek Super Party becomes important because the game doesn't have to be a technical spectacle for 4 people to sit down on the couch and have some fun. The fun comes from the competition, the trash talking, and begging player 3 to not steal your points because you'll have no shot at winning. Shrek Super Party provides the world, but the players create the experience. Shrek Super Party is the only party game on Xbox that allows you to pick from 5 different realms, roll the dice, to get the jackpot at the end of the realm. You dare your friends to compete in epic duels, you steal points, you win points, you roll the magic mirror for something mysterious, you even have a surprisingly interesting point-making system to trade bugs, to earn precious drops. Now, if you roll the dice wrong, you can even get sent to hell. I'm not lying, actual hell.
What do the boots do?
They did take you to the bog.
No!
Wait, hold on.
Oh, donkey, off to the evil ball.
Yeah,
It's the Donkey Kong curse.
It's the best part.
But you're a different
No!
donkey.
No!
You're in the evil box.
You can send your friends there if you land on them on the board map. These precious funny moments infect gamers like a virus. Players become attached to certain games in order to create the enjoyment. Our enjoyment comes down to something as simple as how good the AN-94 feels to good in Black Ops 2 Die Rise, because holy hell, when you pack-a-punch that thing, you're literally unstoppable! Okay, I may have gone a little bit off topic there, but that's exactly the point. Our enjoyment comes from the experiences and memories we create while playing the game. Kuro did some research. In this article, Players' Enjoyment in Video Games, he helped explain that enjoyment of playing a game doesn't boil down to one specific thing. Their research found that design factors like difficulty, playing on a controller versus a keyboard, it had little to no effect on enjoyment. Enjoyment was simply more complicated than a game's mechanics. Devezia wrote another article named I Would Not Be This Version of Myself Today. This explained how these gaming experiences translate to meaningful aspects of your waking life. The whole point I'm trying to make here, guys, is that outdated graphics and repetitive gameplay don't determine whether someone won't enjoy playing Shrek Super Party. A game can have flaws, yet it can still create an experience that matters to the gamers playing it. But what if the experience isn't the reason we love these games? What if we're only defending them because we remember how they made us feel? What if the answer really is as simple as nostalgia? Before I dismiss nostalgia, it's important to understand how nostalgia works with video games. According to Wolf and his colleagues, nostalgia plays a major role in explaining why people continue to love older games. It explains why we constantly defend their games every day of every hour of every minute of every second, and why you see comment wars on every YouTuber defending why web swinging is better in 2004's Spider-Man 2 than 2023's Spider-Man 2 on PS5. For Wolf, nostalgia plays into retro gaming because we connect games to meaningful memories, experiences that connect us on a deeper level. I want you to picture this real quick. You wake up on a Saturday morning, eat a bowl of cereal, watch your cartoons, pop your favorite game into the disc tray. It just hits different, man. Especially now after PlayStation announced they're stopping making physical discs, those memories feel even more important to us. Nostalgia should not be seen as the only reason a game is valuable. A game's praise can't only be associated with nostalgia because nostalgia only makes a player remember how they felt when they played the game. I'm not blind. I understand nostalgia can affect a player's judgment, but if nostalgia is the only answer, then that means the only fuel behind our enjoyment is those old memories. If you played that game again, it's possible that you only like the memories you used to have and not the game itself. I'm gonna use Shrek Super Party as a test to see if nostalgia is necessary for enjoying an older game. My younger cousins played the game without any past memories or experiences with it. They did not grow up playing Shrek Super Party. They did not have the same childhood attachment that someone who grew up with the game like me might have. Do you guys like the game?
Wait, who am I?
Yeah, I like this one.
Am I the same character that I used to am?
You're Thelonious. Does it matter if you're a different character?
No, I just didn't
Wait,
want to
am
get confused.
Wait, what am I?
You're Donkey.
Good.
My little cousins loved this game. Their enjoyment came from competing with each other and creating experiences in the present. What's your guys' favorite part about the game?
Rolling the dice.
Getting to send people to the evil bog.
Does it remind you of Mario Party?
A little.
Why do you guys like the game?
Because it's like a board game and I like board games.
You can compete against each other.
Do you guys think that you would like the game if you played it by yourself?
Yeah.
Maybe, not as much though, because they get the computers.
So why do you like playing it with other people?
So I can beat them.
It's fun to compete.
So competition?
Yes.
For both of you guys.
I guess.
But scientifically, why did my younger cousins actually like the game? Bowman's Vicarious Nostalgia article explained that people could connect to older games through their own experiences, relationships, and can even imagine what playing those games might have been like for older generations. The difference between my experience with Shrek Super Party and my cousin's experience is clear because I can look back on the game and remember playing it as a kid. My cousins have no past to look back on. Their connection to the game was created by actually playing it themselves in real time. To start wrapping this video up, if you play a game again and it creates new memories, new experiences, and new moments, then that is happening in the present. Therefore, that is not nostalgia. Past all the negative reviews that Shrek Super Party received, gamers can still find a meaningful experience playing the game. The game's value isn't determined only by its graphics or performance. Playing with friends and family creates enjoyment, social connection, long-lasting memories. Nostalgia is not the end-all be-all to enjoy an older game. Shrek Super Party is not the best game in the world. The game is still worth playing though because of the shared experience it gives you while playing with friends and family. The value comes from the memories and relationships built around the game, rather than the game itself. Shrek Super Party is the perfect example of how a game we remember the most is not always the game that was reviewed the best.